true show business legend, Les Paul, has a remarkable career spanning most of the 20th century. Born in 1915, he taught himself to play the banjo, the harmonica, and the guitar, and was performing by the age of 13. Starting out with country music, then expanding into jazz and pop, he has worked with some of the best in the music industry, including his wife and musical partner, Mary Ford. As the entertainment industry changed, he starred in his own stage, radio, then television shows. Along the way, he managed to invent many of the technical innovations considered indispensable for modern music, like multi-track recording and the electric guitar. Hello, Les.
Hi, Les.
And thank you for being with us today.
Hey, thank you. Thank you very much.
We're at Fat Tuesdays, right? It's a
You're at Fat Tuesdays.
It's a jazz club in Lower Manhattan.
Mm-hmm.
How often do you play here?
Every Monday night it's over 8 years now.
Wow.
It's 1 week over 8 years that we've been here.
Why here?
That's a long story. I'll try and make it short. I had a heart bypass in 1980. Mm-hmm. Doctor asked me if I'd promise him that I'd work hard. And I went up to my bed and got a piece of paper and I wrote plus and minus of all the things I liked and what I didn't like in my lifetime. Mm-hmm. And one of them is electronics and one is music that I don't like. Mm-hmm. And it's my life. It's been my whole life, so I've kind of torn between the things I like about it and don't like about it. Mm-hmm. But the bottom line is that when I figured out what I would like to do and work hard at, of all things that showed up high on my priority list, it was playing a small nightclub, and not a big extravaganza, a big 50,000 people, and never know who you're playing to, and you're a machine shop. And so, says I got to look for a club. Mm-hmm. And I first thought of New Jersey, close to home. Right. Then I said, no, I got to be in New York. That's where the good real estate is, right there in the center of town. Right. And so I looked at all the clubs, and I finally found this one. When I found this club, mm-hmm. I walked up to the manager and I said, my name is Les Paul. He says, Les who? And I said, Les Paul. Didn't mean a thing. Huh. And so I explained to him that I used to be a guitar player. Mm-hmm. I used to have a wife, and we used to entertain. So he says, well, I'll try it for 2 weeks. He says, I'll call you. But I said, it has to be on Monday night. He says, we're not open Mondays. I says, well, I'm willing to play for nothing. He says, we're open on Monday nights. And so I talked to the manager and says, well, it's not exactly for nothing, mm-hmm. but I'll work a deal out with you, and I just want to prove that that this works. And that the place will be jammed and so forth. And it's been jammed for 8 years. And so going on its ninth year, it'll be something quite unusual for me to be playing in one place for 8 years. You'd have to really tie me down and get me to play one place for a month. To play the Paramount for a month was a nightmare. Mm-hmm. To play Las Vegas for a month was a nightmare. Mm-hmm. To play down here is a great, great thrill, and I enjoy it very much because it's a small, intimate nightclub where I can watch everybody's foot if it's beating. Mm-hmm. It's odd, but I watch the foot or their eyes, and they tell me so much. Mm-hmm. The customer tells me so much. with his reaction. And then, of course, I never go to my dressing room. I go straight to the bar after the show and meet the people as they're leaving, as they're coming in, and talk with them. And many of them have some little pearls to tell me, but they don't know. They don't know they're telling me something that I'm very eager to know.
Thank you.
Oh, no.